Apple remains under public pressure. Goodyear suffers from Donald Trump's tweet, and Airbnb is filing for an IPO. The most exciting and hottest news of the financial world is already here. And you, have you subscribed to our channel? No? It's just one button to click. Be the first to receive all the latest market information. And we are starting. Hello everyone, it is the RoboForex channel and the top financial stories of the week. Scandals continue to develop around Apple and its App Store. This week, main discussion is an open letter to Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, from a spokesman for the largest US news portals. The head of digital content Next, Jason Kint, asked Cook to outline the conditions under which the New York Times, Bloomberg and the other apps can receive the same commission deal that was made with Amazon. Here are some details. The public became aware of the correspondence between Apple and Amazon. The companies agreed to reduce the commissions in the App Store for the Amazon Prime Video application by 2 times compared to the standard percentage for other developers. Tim Cook, at a recent hearing in the US Congress, said that everyone had the opportunity to get the same deal as Amazon. They just needed to comply with its terms. It seems that Cook and his company did not disclose said terms since the major developers still have questions. But let's try to understand the situation and look at it through the eyes of both sides. In one corner of the ring, we have Apple, the company that recently was the first in the US and the second in the world to break the $2 trillion capitalization mark. At the same time, many ordinary people do not know that Apple's profit from the sale of physical devices for Q3 2020 was less than 50% of all the company's profit. The company receives a quarter of its income from commissions in the App Store and from other services. Conclusion: it is simply not profitable for the company to distribute reduced commissions conditions to everyone, especially to make it permanent. Apple gadget sales no longer excite people like they did before and do not bring the company the largest share of the profit. Therefore, Tim Cook and other top managers of Apple are trying to bypass this issue, but they are unlikely to be able to fight the world for a long time. The second side and its position are also apparent. Instead of making a full profit from sales or subscriptions through their applications, developers have to give 30% of it to Apple, which is almost a third. Imagine that you earn $1,000 per month on subscription, $300 of which you need to give to the IT giant. The figure is absolutely meaningless, and if we multiply the profit by 10, 100, 1,000 or more, the negative aspect becomes even more profound. The Fortnite scandal, letters from major publishers, and the general buzz around this situation may force Apple to cede its positions. But do not forget that their business model also depends on this profit. Will they find a compromise and open the road for small developers? We shall live and see. Let us know in the comments what you think about this. And we continue with news from the stock market. We will split this blog by companies: who was the brightest, what had happened, and who prepares the next reports. So, Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer NIO announced the launch of new business feature last Thursday, Battery-as-a-Service. This model means that the consumer will be able to separately purchase an EV of this brand and arrange a battery rental agreement. This new innovative service will reduce the cost of the vehicle itself, leading for an increase in sales. The announcement gave NIO shares a slight gain at the opening of the trading session on Friday. Give this video a thumbs up if you think that the future belongs to electric cars. At the same time, the tire company Goodyear fell victim to Donald Trump's tweet, pulling its shares with it. The President of the United States wrote directly, "Don't buy Goodyear tires." The reason for the strong reaction is that the company banned its employees from wearing political merchandise, including this with Trump's slogan, "Make America Great Again." Goodyear stocks sank 3.1% in the moment, while its competitors on the country received a slight growth impulse. Airbnb filed for the IPO last week. It planned to enter the stock exchange even earlier, but the situation with the pandemic and the drawdown in the tourism business changed their plans. To overcome the crisis, the company had to cut 25% of its employees and focus on the core business proposition. The company's CEO, Brian Chesky, said Airbnb has returned to its roots to focus on ordinary people who offer not only their home but also entire experiences. Momenta Pharmaceuticals recently received an unreal rise in its shares of 69% after the announcement of the purchase of their business by Johnson & Johnson. The deal is worth $6.5 billion, and it is scheduled to be completed in the second half of 2020. With the acquisition of Momenta, Johnson & Johnson wants to gain a foothold in the immune disease drug industry and expand into the autoimmune department. Finally, in this section, this week corporate reports: HP due to out on August 25th, with a forecast slight increase in quarterly earnings and earnings per share. Tatneft, August 26th, forecasts also point upward. Tiffany, likewise, on August 26th, the experts predict a minor recovery. Heika Corporation. The report will be released on the same Wednesday, August 26th. The outlook for a downturn dominates here. Finally, the Marvell Technology Group reports on August 27th, with project growth in quarterly earnings and earnings per share. From corporate reports to economic reports, what has this week in store for us? An annual economic symposium is due to take place in Jackson Hole on Thursday, August 27th, which usually lasts 2 to 3 days. The event is significant and pretentious even by American standards. It brings together all the key politicians of the world to agree on the point of view on the leading global problems. As a rule, attention is usually focused on the American president's speech and discussions of financial issues. It is not yet evident how this symposium will be held this year and who will participate, but in any case, this event cannot be ignored. Continuing with the USA, there will be a sufficient number of statistics from there. The data of the real estate market will continue to be released. Sales of new homes for the last reporting period could increase as part of the implementation of deferred demand. But we will need to look at the details, including the home price index data. The publication of the Consumer Confidence Index from the Conference Board deserves special attention. In July, it unexpectedly weakened, and the August data still remains a mystery. If there is confirmation of decline, then the economy really lacks stimulation. This week, the preliminary figure for the US GDP for the second quarter will also be released. The forecast assumes that the economy will fall by 32.5% in April-June after a 5% decline in the first quarter. There will be no miracles. The economic situation was awful. It is all about the final value. The weaker the number, the worse for the dollar. From the UK, we are waiting for a speech by the head of the Bank of England, Andrew Bailey, which will take place on Friday, August 28th. The latest data shows that inflation in the UK is rehabilitating itself and that no physical invention is needed to revive price pressure. What Bailey will say about this, but it is unlikely that his speech will, in one way or another, give indications of new monetary steps by the Bank of England. The time has not come to change the interest rate anyway unless Brexit has an impact. Here's your financial news of the week. Thanks for watching it till the end. Subscribe for the channel to not miss the next videos and give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Take care and see you next time.